We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Now, I want to talk to you about Valtteri Bottas. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's the owner-driver in pole position then, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo and Sergio Perez, Stroll, Norris, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Gasly, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Antonio Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Russell, Alesi and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alright, so after a ridiculously good qualifying session, we find ourselves in, like, P1. I don't know how we got there. I'm sure it's because I bumped the AI down, but we're going to go for two-stop strategy. We're going to start on softs and then have two stops on the mediums. Here we go, we're off to a pretty decent start. So what I should mention is that I'm still tweaking the AI on this. It's something that I had to kind of figure out. The last race I had it set to 45, and that seemed a little too high, so I turned it down to 42. And maybe that's really low because this race seemed really easy. But then again, on F1 2018, this track seemed like to be a really easy one for me as well. So we're doing good, we're hitting the corners decent. Make no mistake though, Hamilton is right behind me. But the fact that we're remaining P1 this long is pretty impressive. Considering that my car is a brand new car and it probably shouldn't be able to keep this kind of pace. So we're still doing pretty good. I don't know why they're not catching up to me quicker. It has to be something to do with the AI settings. Like I said, I have to keep adjusting that so I can find the sweet spot where it's challenged, but it's not too easy. And we just set the fastest lap as well. Alright, so here we are in lap 2, and now finally Hamilton decided that I'm just going way too slow and he wants to charge on ahead, and I'm going to let him because in reality there's no way I should be able to catch him anyway. He's definitely not the guy that I'm racing. We have Vettel coming right up behind me, and I thought he was going to overtake me, but I don't know what happened there. He kind of just trailed off for some reason. So I took that kind of wide, but what the strategy was here with Hamilton in front of me, I just wanted to get in his slipstream and just stay on him and let him just pull me along, so I can get ahead of the other guys in the pack. And that's kind of what we did. So here we're on lap 5, and again, I'm just staying close behind Hamilton. He's just pulling us along.
Got that confirmed.
Now, I noticed that Bottas did manage to overtake Vettel, so I don't know with issues Vettel are having, but he was doing good up until like lap 5. So far so good. Our strategy seems to be working. We're just staying really close to Hamilton, and he's just basically pulling us along the track at this point. I have hardly used any overtake. Our ERS is really good. Haven't had to change the fuel mix at all.
Tire wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
And again, the tire wear is good up until lap 7, which lap 6 was when our pit window opened.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
So I'm boxing for the end of this lap because the rear end was starting to give away quite a bit, and it was getting a little bit harder to manage the car, and Bottas is like really on my bumper right now. He's fighting pretty hard. And there's no reason why I wouldn't think that he wouldn't be able to get ahead of me, because he does have the faster car. But those upgrades that kicked in, they seem to be helping quite a bit. The car feels a lot better than it did last time anyway. Okay, so we're going to make our dive into the pits and see how this works out. So now we're P3. Albon overtake us, which is fine. It's to be expected.
Release.
But Bottas, he did come into the pits after us, so that's good.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
So we're going to get out in P6, and again, it's that kind of thing where there's like a little bit of lag in the controller where the steering wheel will actually kick in when we leave the pit, so I kind of hope that they fix that. Or maybe that's just my game or my wheel, I don't really know. But anyway, now we finally have a race. We have guys that are actually in front of me that I have to overtake to get my position back. So I'm excited to say that, yeah, we can actually race with some of these guys. So now we're going to start to use our overtake to boost the speed since we have to get positions. Fuel's still doing pretty good. I haven't had to bump that up to the rich mix yet. And we're getting on Stroll pretty fast. We're catching up to all three of these guys actually. Stroll, Ocon, and I can't see who's ahead of them. Looks like a McLaren. So we make a move on Stroll. And now we're back up into P5, and we have Ocon and, okay, that's Norris up there. So neither one of those guys take a pit stop. So we are going to have to fight those for position. And Hamilton is just coming out of the pit stop to take his lead. So now it's just Ocon and Norris in our way from getting back to P2. And we tried to make a move there, but that wasn't happening, so I backed off. So I'm actually getting better in that regard. So we're just going to buy our time and wait for the perfect moment to be able to get past these two and just not push it. We have a lot of time, so there's no sense in trying something stupid where we crash and end up losing a lot of places like I normally do. Okay, so this is going to be the best spot to overtake these two, hopefully. Ooh, we just nudged Norris. And I don't know what happened there, but Ocon overtook Norris as well, so maybe he lost control in that little bump there. I don't know. I didn't get a collision warning from that, so apparently it wasn't my fault. So now we're back in P2,
We're leading our
and
teammate by 16.9 seconds.
we're back in P2, and we have one more pit stop to make. And our teammate, he's pretty well behind. I don't know what he's doing. We're gonna have to work harder to try to get him doing a lot better. For the past 6 laps, we've been pretty much by ourselves out here.
Give us the best in lap you
We have seen Hamilton a couple times, but we just couldn't catch up to him to get any more of his slipstream. So, but there's really nobody behind us, and right now we're in P1 because Hamilton did take his other pit stop, so we managed to get ahead of him. Everything's doing good so far. Our tires were doing good, so we decided to wait till lap 18 to go into the pit stop. And with really nobody around me, this was just an ideal time to come in here and change out these tires one last time. So that was actually Hamilton that just passed me.
exit now.
And it looks like Verstappen is in the pits. And now Bottas is in the pits as well. So 2.7 second pit stop time. That was really good. Good job to the pit crew, I guess, for getting me out there really quick.
Fuel is at target -1. Let's turn the engine down, please.
So what I will say is that this was a really good learning experience for me in this race because I had to figure out how to save fuel more efficiently. And that's something that I'm not really great at with this game. But seeing as that I had so much time and nobody around me, I could figure out how to do the lift and coast a little better. Now in the practice sessions, especially with the fuel saving
Push. Use your overtake.
tester that we have to do, I can't seem to keep the pace and have good fuel economy. So that's something I really need to work on as well. But overall, I didn't really want to get a podium this way, where the AI was just so easy, it just handed it to me. But at the same time, it was a good little boost in confidence to finally get a win and have a race that was pretty good. With very minimal mistakes on my part, so that's a plus. Now what I may do is put the AI back up to 45.
Is 6.5 seconds.
But with the next race being in Vietnam, I know that that's going to be a disaster. I've already went around that track a couple times, and I can already tell you that I'm not gonna have a good time on that track at all.
This is your final lap of the race.
Alright, last lap of the race, and we're still in B2, but I gotta say, for like the past 3 laps, Valtteri Bottas has been really serious about taking my position. He has been getting ever so close to me, and now as you can see on the mini-map, he's really right behind me. So I really had to make sure I managed my fuel and my ERS better to try to keep him at bay. So as you can see, fuel, not so great, but we're getting better with it. So now my fuel's finally in the green, but the problem is we don't want Valtteri Bottas to pass us. So we need to try to find speed anywhere we can. But at this point, all I want to do is just cross that finish line and get that checkered flag so we can get our P2. So now I'm just gonna push the car as hard as I can. We still got the fuel mixed in standard. We don't have much further to go now. I'm still in overtake mode, so I'm not doing too bad, but he's right there. I feel that another lap or two, and he would have definitely got us, no problem. And Lewis Hamilton won, of course. No surprise there.
Thank you for all your hard work.
And that's it. We finally got, well, finally, second race, but we actually got a podium in the second race in Bahrain. How crazy is that? And I didn't even get driver of the day.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Did you have the wrong fuel strategy today, or was it your management?
So see, I don't get that. Like, we came in P2 and she's like knocking us, telling us that we had the wrong fuel strategy. Was it management? So I don't know what she's talking about there. I thought we did a great job. But I just said that it was too heavy, so.
It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
And see, now she says that we had a really good race today, so I don't understand her questioning. So what we're going to do is
You really looked in control.
we're going to compliment the chassis department that time. Yeah. Of course we're thrilled. Why not? Give a little credit to the team there. Alright, so that's where we're going to end this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And as always, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week when we do the Vietnam Grand Prix. And that's probably going to be a disaster, so yeah, we'll see you then.